Hello, everyone, and welcome to segment 3. So, at the beginning of this segment today, we are going to do a listening exercise with an old song. It was a famous song in 1973. I'm sure you have probably heard this song before. But I chose this song because it's a little bit slower with a nice melody, and I hope that you will be able to catch some missing words, and I hope that you were able to print this listening worksheet, okay? The song is called Time in a Bottle. Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce, I think is pronunciation. Okay, so this song also relates to the topic about time and how do you use your time, and if you could keep or save your time, what would you do? Or who would you choose to spend your best times with? So, for this exercise, I will play for you at least one time so that you can listen and try to fill in the blanks with the missing words. Okay, now this song is just a little bit more than 2 minutes. So I will play this one time. And if you need to, you can play this again. Just to notice the title and the artist's name at the top. And you could listen again on YouTube or even do a Google search, and you could play directly from there. So, this is a little bit of review and practice with if conditional clauses. So in segment 2, we talked about if clauses. That if can be in the beginning of the sentence with a comma, or if could be in the middle of a sentence without a comma. So remember that if we talked about use the simple present verb tense in this dependent clause or conditional clause. And then for the main clause, you will use the future tense. So I challenge you as we listen, can you count how many if clauses do you hear in the music? So I hope that you will enjoy this music. You will notice that in the middle of the lyric sheet, there is the chorus. So this is the repeated section of the song. So if you miss something the first time, you will have a chance to hear it again. Okay, so at this time, let's listen. Good luck as you fill in the blank.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. and dreams that had never come true. The box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. Looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time.
Okay. All right, we paused there. What do you think? Do you like this song? Does it have a nice feeling, a peaceful, happy feeling? Or do you feel something different, maybe a little bit sad? So just to give you a little bit of history about this song, I mentioned that it came out in 1973. So I won't mention about how old the song is, but the interesting thing is that this was one of the few famous songs from this artist, from this singer, and he wrote this song after. Actually, we're talking about before and after in a moment. He wrote this song after his wife gave him the news that she will have a baby. And so the irony about this is that he's writing about going forward in his life with this new identity as a parent, as a father. And then after the song was released and became famous, after many, many years of trying to succeed as a singer, this writer, this artist died at the age of 30. So he died at a young age. And then the song became more famous, of course. So thinking about the idea of life and the cycle of life. So at the bottom of this worksheet, you will notice there are some questions. So I'm going to read these questions, but I would like to give you a chance to respond to this song after you may listen again on your own. Think about what reaction, what opinion do you have about this song? And I would like for you to write just a little bit. Just write a few sentences or one paragraph, maybe 5 or 6 sentences. And I'm going to point out to you, actually, you can't see it here. Let me move back this whiteboard a little bit. Okay, so can you see it? No, let me hold it up. All right, so let me hold it up for a few seconds so you can see the homework. After we talk about the next lesson, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework from the workbook. So pages 116 through 118. That's 3 pages in the white colored workbook. And then write a 1-paragraph response to the song using if clauses. Okay? So maybe you take a picture of the screen since you can't see it when I put it down. And that will be our assignment. Okay, now let's just read these questions together to think about this song. So, who are you happy to spend life with? You may think about this more, especially during these days of social isolation. staying at home? Who have you been spending all of your time with? Maybe your busy at-home time or free time. The next question, who do you like to spend your free time with? Are you with that person or those people right now during this quarantine? Or is it someone else, maybe a good friend that you have not seen during this time? And the third question, if you could save time in a bottle, meaning if you could put all of your memories or good experiences into a bottle and keep this forever, okay? What time of life or memory would you keep forever? Okay, so this song makes us think a little bit, doesn't it? All right, think to yourself, and I look forward to hearing from you a short written response about Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce, or Croce, yeah. His name is Jim, Jimcroce. So, if you would like to pause and do another listen by yourself, go ahead at this time and do that, but don't cheat yet. Don't look up the lyrics because we are going to go over these together. So, let me read through this. I will pause and you take your guess. You could say out loud, what word do you think it is that is missing? Okay, first, if I could save, what do you think? Time. We have a clue from the title of the song. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do, D-O, is to save, S-A-V-E, every day till, this is a shortened word for until, meaning in the future, until eternity. And we hear passes, P-A-S-S-E-S, away. Just to spend, we have a base verb form, simple present, S-P-E-N-D, them with you. Okay, now you notice we have some if clauses already. Do you see it? If I could save time in a bottle. And the next one, if I could make days last, what's the word? Forever. Forever. F-O-R-E-V-E-R. And we have another if clause. If words could make, and what do you guess? Wishes. W-I-S-H-E-S. If words could make wishes come true. I would save every day like a treasure, meaning gold, silver, okay? Treasure, T-R-E-A-S-U-R-E. And then, again, I would spend them with you. Okay, now the chorus sounds a little bit happier, but there never seems, there's a typing mistake, but there never seems to be enough time, E-N-O-U-G-H, to do the things you want to do once you find them, F-I-N-D. I've looked around enough to know, K-N-O-W, that you're the one I want to go through time with. That's a beautiful expression. You're the one I want to go through time with. Okay, another if clause, but you will notice it's not future, it's past. So we talked about if clauses used in the future tense, but they can also be used in the past tense. So if I had a box just for wishes and dreams, DREAMS, and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the, what starts with an M, did you hear? Memory, MEMORY, of how they were answered by you. Okay, we have a repeat of the chorus again, but there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. Now, looking at this worksheet again, how many if clauses do you hear? Remember that if is a conditional word, meaning not certain, not definite. So if I could save time in a bottle, it's not really possible. This is a symbolic meaning. And then we see it below. If I could make days last forever, we cannot. We are humans. We have no control over the future. If words could make wishes come true. Okay? Could is possibility. You could, maybe you couldn't. Pardon me. There we go. All right, so far we have 3 if clauses. Do you notice another one below the chorus? If I had a box, we mentioned that this is not future tense. If I had a box. So it's using the past form had, HAD. However, the writer, the speaker, is using this in the present time. So if I had a box right now for wishes, just for wishes. So this expression, if I had, it's kind of an imaginary, to express an imaginary situation. All right. So we saw at least 4 if real conditional clauses in this song. Yeah. And do you notice any future tense words or expressions? Let me point out to you in the second line, the first thing that I'd like to do. I'd, meaning I would like to do. So this is something has not happened yet. It's a future possibility. Okay, now what about you? Do you find any more future expressions? All right, so let me quickly introduce something, but just remember it's your turn now to think about this song, listen again, use this as a listening practice, listening challenge to catch if clauses and also hear the pronunciation of the singer. In our next segment, next week, we are going to talk about the expressions before and after. before and after. So you may want to take a quick look at lesson C. Skim a little bit by yourself. And remember, I am also giving you a homework challenge in the workbook. So that is pages 116 through 118. And page 118 is a little bit from lesson C about before and after. So very quickly, before is used with a present tense verb to introduce the second event in a sentence. After is used with a present tense verb to introduce the first event in a sentence. Okay? So, how about I give an example? I hope to see my mother this week. We might meet somewhere and wear masks and stay far apart to celebrate Mother's Day. So before I meet my mother, comma, I will make sure that I am well and healthy. Okay? So before is the time clause here. I need to use the simple present verb tense. And then the main event clause, I will use future tense. Okay? So a very, very quick introduction to lesson C I just gave. I hope that you enjoyed the song, and I look forward to hearing from you, your opinion, your response about this music, Time in a Bottle. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit something different for today's last segment. So everyone, stay healthy, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. So take care.